Welcome YouTube to another quarantine how-to video by Dirty Dems. I've had a little beard trim this morning, did it myself. Hopefully it looks alright. And today we're going to try and do a sole swap. So we're going to sole swap these bright bad boy Air Max 90s here with these old busted trackside 90s that I used to wear. So we're going to try and restore these somehow. Look what I found in the attic. These dang cold things. Trackside trainers. I might use these somehow to do something with. So first up, we're going to need to boil some water, so we're going to need to get the kettle on. So I've got the kettle. I'm going to take the soles out just so that it melts quicker. We'll try this pair first. Pour the try not to get it on my toes. Pour this inside. Melt this one. Just melt it. Look at that. So we're actually going to try a second time a bit more, putting a bit more on there. Next up, we're going to melt these. And I think, well, I'm going to take these soles out again. I think I'll put this through the wash. I'll wash the uppers because these are quite old and smelly now. Freshen them up, maybe with some rejuvenator. So now we're going to attempt to do the old busted trackside 90s, filling them up, splashing all that boiling water in there. Yeah, so these trainers seem to be taking a bit longer to melt the glue. I think these are 100% legit Nikes, these ones, but the fluorescent independent stays are probably fakes. That's probably why they the soles came apart so quickly. Yeah, these are held together really well, so I think it's the combination of the glue and the fabric stuck to the sole really well. But yeah, give it a few more fills with the kettle, they should come apart. These are quite tough, so I'm having to try different strategies. So I've prized off the flap at the front and pouring the hot water over the top of it. Hopefully that melts it. There you have it. The sole has been removed. Some of it broke off in the process and it's still stuck to the upper, but these soles have had it. So I might try and save the air unit, the air bubble, and remove that. But yeah, the rest of it can be boiled off or Dremeled off. I'm going to give these a clean next. So I'm giving these a little clean now with some rejuvenator. Got the brush and I'm just working it in to the fabric And I might put these either in a bucket of water or give these a spin in the washing machine. So I'm going to use that silicone rubber putty here on this corner and just re-sculpt the edge of the midsole. So I've just repaired the rubber there. Obviously there is a bit of a colour difference, but once that's dried I'll paint over it with the Volt yellow. So I've just used the Dremel tool to get all the foam and glue off of the sole, the upper, and I've got to do a bit more to this other upper to get it looking nice. And next I'm going to use some acetone or nail polish remover just to wipe off any bits of paint left on there. So I'm just applying one coat of the glue on all the surfaces, and I'm going to leave it to cure overnight. So, and then tomorrow when I come back, add another coat and then clamp them together. So basically you've got to apply pressure all over the trainer, so I've used a combination of cable ties and laces to clamp the trainer to the sole, and I'll come and check on it tomorrow morning. So far so good. Probably just need a little tidy up where the glue's gone onto the upper a little bit, but the soles are stuck on now. Nice. So the sole is now glued to the upper and it's looking quite neat. The glue that I used is Technical, bought off eBay, and it's a high quality polychloroprene adhesive, and it creates a strong and flexible joint. So it's used on things like car upholstery, flooring covers, plastic, cork, felt, leather, and gluing light footwear. So I picked this up off of eBay, and I think it was cheaper than the barge cement that a lot of trainer customizers use, and it's done a good job. It's nice and strong, and I've got these shoe horns inside. These are sneaker trees shoe horns just to keep the structure of the trainer, and then I tied laces around the trainer and cable ties to get the pressure right. I still need to perfect a clamping system that works. I kind of misaligned the sneaker a little bit. I'm going to tidy this up with some filler and maybe a bit of paint, hide that, and repaint over any blemishes on the shoe. I'm going to customize it further by painting the Air Max writing and the Nike Air and the Nike the same fluorescent yellow. So we're going to carry on this colour into the colourway, and I might colour this bit as well. And then I think black laces would look good on this. I think if we go too much with the fluorescent yellow, it could overkill it. But yeah, so the next stage is going to be customization of the top, the upper, and a tidy up. So I'm going to use some Angelus Direct Black, mix it with some Golden Mediums GAC 900. And this is for painting fabric. So I'm going to paint over these speckles here on the fabric portion of the shoe by mixing the black with the GAC. So I think it's 50-50. So I'm going to add some GAC to it now and stir that up. So I'm going to use some white acrylic just to give this a base coat for the fluorescent yellow to sit on top of. So I've given these parts, these lace parts, 3 layers of white, and now I'm just hitting the back Nike Air logo with some white, just as an undercoat for the yellow. So now I've given all the parts, the lettering, an undercoat of white. I'm going to use some scratch resistant from rallyrestorations.com, and this is really for the rubbery bits and the plastic bits that you don't want the paint to scratch off. So I'm going to give it a coat of this on top of the base coat. Then I'm going to apply the colour, which is this Volt Yellow, and then I'm going to give it another sealing coat of scratch resistant on top. Now for a bit of fun, I'm going to add the Neon Tropic Sun Yellow by Angelus Direct to bring some colour to the rest of the trainer. So now I'm happy with the 3 coats of fluoro Volt Yellow on there. I'm going to do the scratch resist, and I'm just going to go over this and give it a coat of protective scratch resist. So next I'm going to take a cotton pad, some nail polish remover, and I'm going to wipe down the white leather ticks to remove the protective surface off the leather, so I can apply the Volt Yellow onto the ticks.
We about to turn it on. turn it on.
So we got to the end of the video and we're going to just have a little review over what I have done to get to this stage. These were my first ever sole swap, so it was all a learning curve for me. Just to recap, the sole was swapped. The bottom, the midsole was taken from a fake pair of Hyperfuse Independence Days. I think they were fakes because I bought them for cheap off of eBay, and I only spent about 20 quid on them, so a real pair would probably cost you around about £200. The sole actually parted from the upper really easily, whereas the real pair of the grey Air Max 90s, they were harder to separate from the sole, and parts of the sole broke off when I was trying to separate. Anyway, the soles on those were knackered, so they had to go anyway. And it was just a fun project for me to practice my first custom sole swap. And I feel a bit more confident now. I'd like to try doing a Jordan sole swap. So a couple of different models of Jordans blended together. So the only thing left to do is lace these up. Now I'm thinking I'll probably go with black laces. I have neon laces, but let me know what you think would look good. I've got these black such tubular shoelaces, which I'm going to lace them up with. But I've also got some neon ones, so I don't know if that would be too much. That would be overkill on these, I'm not sure. So just recapping on the work that was done, obviously the sole swap was done, the upper was washed in the washing machine. I've also painted this with 3 coats of white acrylic for an undercoat, then painted 3 coats of the Volt Yellow colour. This has had 3 coats of Volt Yellow. I've also hit the lettering around the trainer, so the Air Max lettering with undercoat of white and then Volt Yellow on top. I've also done the badge there with some GAC 900 mixed with the Volt Yellow, so it's a medium that allows the paint to go into the fabric. I've also given the sole a little coat, like a 1 coat of Volt Yellow, just to brighten it up and tie it in with everything else. But yeah, that's all the work done. It's a little bit messy where I missed the line up, and that could be due to the size difference. The upper was size 10 and these were size 11. I didn't check that before I started the project, but I managed to glue it all together and it looks half decent. It's a bit tight on my foot because my foot's grown since then. I'm now size 11, but I can still get these on just if I squeeze into them. Yeah, so if you enjoyed this customization sole swap video, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. Peace.